Fresh off their big win over Firenze last week in front of a delegation from the Glass City, the Parma Panthers in the IFL spotlight. They'll be in the game of the week tomorrow night right here on BCSN. To get you ready for that, we welcome in our crew on the road to Toledo.
All right, we're going to get you set for that game of the week coming up tomorrow night on BCSN. It is between Legnano and Parma, but before that, we want to talk about last week's win for Parma. Nick, it was a upset of sorts, some circumstances that you're going to fill us in on, but Parma takes down previously undefeated and IFL defending champion, the Florence Guelphi, 25-7.
Yeah, and not at all surprised at how good Parma's defense is. We've talked about that. Just surprised that they were able to hold Florence to only 7 points. Part of the reason, we know that they were playing without Andrea Fimiani, the best Italian player in the league, and then they lost Jared Gerbino, the starting quarterback, the star quarterback from Dartmouth early in the game, and that obviously is going to leave you with limited offensive options. And so they need to get healthy and get healthy pretty quickly as the season here stretches along.
Yeah, Rob, adversity is going to strike most teams over the course of a season, regardless of sport. So for a team that's down 2 quarterbacks going to number 3, I mean, yes, limited options, but you got to find a way, some way, somehow.
Yeah. I mean, football is all about finding the next man up, whether that's your punter, whether it's your running back, whoever, the pretzel guy, whatever. You got to get somebody out there to play.
All right, so let's take a look at the game of the week. Well, it got Legnano and Parma. The momentum continues, but as you mentioned, Legnano coming off a solid win against the Milano Rhinos. Not necessarily an expected victory, but they got it done. They have won 2 in a row, trying to upset Parma in our game of the week.
Yeah, this is a much better Legnano team than I think people give them credit for, but getting a chance to see Parma's defense first person and being there live, they're so good. I think even though you've got a lively quarterback and a very good quarterback in the Legnano Frogs quarterback, Easton Salem, this defense is so good for Parma. I don't see them having any issues with the Frogs.
All right, and Rob, with Parma and the coach-player relationship and the fact that in many respects, from the players' perspective, that their head coach, Coach Bryan, is a player's coach and really understands, because he is really not much older than many of the players that he is coaching.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting that, when he talks about his team, he talks about it being very balanced. I think that comes from the trust he has in his guys and the trust they have back in him. So looking forward to seeing how it all plays out on the field.
All right, it's Legnano and it is Parma. It is the game of the week coming up on BCSN on Monday night. Good luck to both teams, and we send it back to you in the studio.